श्रियल्लोके देवजुष्टामुदाराम् तां पद्मिनीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये लक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां तां ऋणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसोऽधिजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोऽथ बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुदन्तु मायान्तरायाश्च बाह्या अलक्ष्मीः उपैतु मां देव सकः कीर्तिश्च मणिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मिन्नाश्रेऽस्मिन् कीर्तिमृद्धिं ददातु मे क्षुत्पिपासामलान् ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्धिं च सर्वाणि नुद मे गृहात् गन्धद्वारान्दुरादर्शा नित्यपुष्टाङ्करीषिणीम् ईश्वरी गुं सर्वभूतानां तामिहोपह्वये श्रियम् महादेवे च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओं तत्सत्। श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
In 2018, the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital was established here at Muddenahalli in loving memory of late Srimati Sarla Indulal Shaji. Today, being the Punyatithi of Sarla Ma, we offer our deepest gratitude to the blessed couple who were ardent devotees and dedicated servitors of Bhagwan Baba. Over the last 5 years, what began as an outpatient center has now grown to a multi-speciality healthcare institution. For the thousands who are being cured, cared for, and relieved of their pain and suffering, the hospital stands as a beacon of hope and as a model of excellence in healthcare. As opposed to treatment and transaction, our philosophy is based on treatment and transformation. As we commemorate the 5th year anniversary of the hospital, on behalf of all the staff, we offer our gratitude to Sadguru for this blessed opportunity to be a part of this sacred endeavor. We will now have a short video encapsulating the journey so far. May we have the video, please?
We started our hospital like an outpatient in 2017. By 2020, all the departments were established, giving all multi-speciality services which are required to start a medical college.
Earlier, there were OPDs of around 450, but now you can see it has increased to 1000 to 1200 per day. The poorest of the poor coming here, the food should be given free to the patients as well as to one of the attender who comes along with him.
Last 1.5 years I am working here. I thank Swami for giving this opportunity to serve the downtrodden people, and most of the people coming from villages where no medical facilities are available.
Patients are very grateful just because of Swami's abundant grace. I emphasize proper treatment, proper diet, as well as some spiritual practice so that they can control their stress aspects more.
ఇక్కడి నుంచి 10 కిలోమీటర్లు అవుతుంది మా ఊరు. మొదలు మాకు కొంచెం జాస్తి ఉండే షుగరు. ఇక్కడ వచ్చి నుంచి ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ సమస్య మాకు ఏమీ లేదు, నార్మల్గా ఉన్నాం సార్. ఇంకా ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉన్నాం ఇక్కడ వచ్చి నుంచి.
लेकिन बहुत से ऐसे जो पढ़े लिखे नहीं है, जिनको पता नहीं कि हॉस्पिटल ऐसा इलाज होता भी है, नहीं गरीबों का भी इलाज हो सकता है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. मैं क्या बताऊँ, चमत्कार मतलब चमत्कार ही है. मतलब साईं बाबा मेरे भगवान के जैसे ही हैं, जो मेरे बच्चे का नया जन्म हुआ. हम सोचते हैं कि इसका नया जन्म दोबारा जन्म लिया है.
ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದು ಆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಡ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕುಟುಂಬದವ್ರು ಸಹ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನಗೆ. ಸರ್ ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ ಬನ್ನಿರಿ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವೇ ಅವರೇ ಪಾಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಕವರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ತುಂಬ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಈ ಥರ ಸಹಾಯ ಸಿಗೋದು ತುಂಬ ಅದೃಷ್ಟ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
I am a student of this own institution. The reason for me joining back this institution is the working model of this institution. It is our ICU is a boon for the people of this region, where everything is provided free of cost with a vision and mission of our reverend founder, Sri Madhusudan Sai.
In remembering Sarla Ma with gratitude and love on this very auspicious day, I feel very happy and I feel very satisfied with what is already happening at Sarla Memorial Hospital, which is the result of fruit of labor of so many people from around the world, not just who are here but those who have participated in some way or the other. But how do we retain and maintain this culture of kindness, which is unique to our institutions? Apart from being free, apart from being high quality, being an institution with a heart, that is something that is unique to us, and that has to be taught to the next generation.
I see a lot of patients come here and say that we are here because we believe that, Swamiji is doing so much for us. We feel that if we are treated here, we will be better. So that's the kind of faith that the patients have, not just in the doctors. I think it's not so much faith in the doctors as it is as faith in the organization.
You are the first batch of doctors and health professionals and the devotees and everybody else who are venturing out in this area of giving free medical education. That's going to change everything the way it is done in the healthcare field today. That will be perhaps the crown jewel of the healthcare mission of Sai.
May we now request Dr. A.R. Raghupati, Director of the hospital, to present the annual report of the various undertakings and developments in the hospital over the last 1 year. Dr. Raghupati.
Pranam at the lotus feet of our Sadguru. Beloved Murthyana, respected Srinivas, my dear brothers and sisters. What a beautiful journey in Swami's healthcare mission at Muddenahalli. Started with a small clinic, led to a monthly medical camp, later expanded to a daily diabetic camp. In 2016, we started outreach programs for surrounding villages. Later, it was extended to other distant areas through Divine Mother and Child Health Program. Then led to the establishment of a OPD block. Later to the multi-speciality hospital. Finally to a 360-bed medical college hospital, which will become 560-bed hospital within 2 years. Thousands of students will bloom to this selfless and inspired to serve the poor and the needy, not only to this nation, but also to the whole of humanity. Swami, I am seeing Guru Parampara in Swami's mission. Old students and their children are joining in his mission. Swami, I am your first student as a doctor, and I have joined in your institution. I am really grateful to you for giving that opportunity. Already we are witnessing first and second generation doctors serving in the Swami's healthcare mission. I am happy to tell you that few of the young doctors were my students few years ago. My humble gratitude to all well-wishers, doctors, staff and donors who have been with us through this thick and thin of the hospital progress. Our mission and the vision is compassionate healthcare and quality medical education, which should be available, accessible, and affordable. Sadguru Madhusudan Sai, a revolutionary spiritual master, is spearheading this glorious mission, which is not even dreamt by anyone. His healthcare and medical education is for the rural, by the rural, and in the rural. He has taken a major leap towards the decreasing disparity between the urban and rural, rich and poor, educated and uneducated. Dearest Swami, in the previous year, that is 2022, our hospital has treated 184,517 cases in outpatient. 12,321 patients were treated as inpatients with an average stay of about 4 days. 2,842 surgeries were done in this calendar year. 967 babies were born, of which 217 were premature babies, and they were successfully treated in our neonatal ICU. 1,216 very sick patients were treated in ICUs. We have conducted 114 camps and treated 68,000 people in outreach programs as well. Brothers and sisters, the year 2022 was a remarkable and memorable year for all those who had the opportunity to witness the development and the progress of this hospital. Cath lab was established in a record time of 10 days. This is worthy a mention in the Guinness Book. To start with, yesterday, Swami, 2 babies have underwent cath lab procedure. CT scan got installed within 20 days, which is nothing start of an achievement. It is going to be inaugurated tomorrow. Blood bank is also established in a record time. It will also be inaugurated tomorrow. The medical college building also got constructed this year. In this academic year, we have started BSc Nursing and BSc Allied Health Sciences courses. Next, in the coming year, we are going to start the postgraduate courses as well as MBBS courses. Brothers and sisters, how blessed we are to serve in a medical college which is completely free of cost. How blessed we are to work in such a vibrant and positive atmosphere. How blessed we are to serve the rural, downtrodden, unprivileged, and vulnerable section of the society in the best healthcare facilities. Swami, in this is not only my words, but also the experience of the majority of the staff in this hospital. Not just staff, Swami, even many patients have expressed that they are coming not only for the free treatment, but also for divine grace of Swami. My dear colleagues and staff, Swami has given an opportunity to be an instrument of his divine mission. Let us grab this opportunity with open hands and give our best in this mission. Let us always be compassionate and selfless in our thoughts, words, and deeds to reach the goal of Atmano Mokshat Jagat Hitaya Cha. Thank you, Sai Ram.
This morning, we have one of our staff members of the hospital share their thoughts and experience with us. Dr. Neeraj Gopinath completed his schooling at Prashanthinilayam Puttaparthi. He is today a senior consultant in anesthesia and pain medicine. After 20 years of working in the National Health Service, United Kingdom, he is currently serving at the Sarla Memorial Hospital. Dr. Neeraj.
My most humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Sadguru, dear Murthy sir, dear Srinivas sir, elders, brothers and sisters, and Swami's dear children. I have been a part of the Sai family for over 50 years and have been observing and experiencing the various phases of this glorious avatar. But over the last few years, what I've seen here in Muddenahalli is truly mind-boggling, and I'm sure you would agree with me that it is beyond precedence. My wife Shruti and I, as mentioned, were working in the United Kingdom for over 20 years, and at Sadguru's command, we relocated about 3 months ago to serve at his divine lotus feet. Working here has been deeply fulfilling. My workload has in fact increased about 3 times, but there is no stress and plenty of energy. The quantum of work that's happening in this hospital, as you've just heard from Dr. Raghupati, is astonishing. Each day, I see acts of kindness, empathy, and compassion that truly defines healthcare. What is amazing is that the healthcare provided is just not free at the point of service, but it's also top class. To illustrate this point, I would like to share a life story. A 1.5-year-old child weighing 10 kilograms suffered severe burns injury to his whole left arm, his chest, his face 3 months ago. This child was taken by his parents to premier institutes and corporate hospitals in Bangalore, and they had exhausted all their resources. The child was operated yesterday by a very experienced plastic surgeon at our hospital. The procedure took 3 hours. It involved the whole of the left arm, the chest, and whole of the left leg. Now, to put this in perspective, neck downwards till the toe, there are about 30 nerves which carry pain sensation to the brain. In most major surgeries in adults as well as in children, about 3 to 10 such nerves are involved. In this poor little child, 18 to 20 such nerves were involved. Now you can well imagine how much of agony this child would have been when it had woken up from the anesthetic. Our team, we were in a quandary, and we sent a silent prayer to our Sadguru. And let me tell you that we performed a novel intervention, probably for the first time in this country, for this particular surgery. The child woke up peaceful and has been comfortable this morning. This picture was taken. So you can see the child lying peacefully in the mother's arm. The previous picture, please. Well, yes. So the extraordinary thing is not that we performed a novel intervention, and it is not that the anesthetic and the surgical team looking after this child had a combined experience of over 150 years, but that this child received quality care absolutely free of cost at a hospital based in a village in India. Each day I work here has been truly fulfilling. I've been able to practice medicine at its best, and gradually I'm able to progress to some extent on the path of spirituality. In the Treta Yuga, Lord Rama built a bridge connecting India to Lanka. In this modern age, our very dear Sadguru is building a bridge over the raging sea of samsara, and the final destination is self-realization. I am most truly and heartfully grateful to my beloved Sadguru for providing me with this opportunity to be a tiny part of this magnificent and glorious project. Sarva Vedanta Saram, Sarva Dharma Swarupine, Parabrahma Swarupine, Sadguru Ene Namaha.
Thank you, brother, for such a beautiful talk. May we now request Dr. C. Srinivas to kindly address all of us.
Most dearest and our very own beloved Sadguru, dearest elder Brother Nasimurti, Revered Swami, may I take the liberty of also addressing one singular gentleman, Dr. Sudarshan, who has come from Hills, a son of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and somebody who's dedicated over 50 years to serving rural Karnataka, and a legend of Karnataka. He has come to pay obeisance to you on this holy day of observing and celebrating Swami's healthcare mission. Having heard dear Raghupati ji, the young Neeraj, what does one see as happening in the days and times ahead? With Swami, all life becomes so sacred for us, and sacredness can be best manifest in providing succor, solace, care, and cure to the sick and needy. As Neeraj said, he worked for 20 years in the best of healthcare system and institutions in the West. But what truly is the signature of Swami's way of treating and caring for fellow men and women? All of us who work and are fortunate to be with Swami are blessed with one singular realization, that whatever we do or whatever we embark to do becomes seva. The great gift that Swami gives us is life itself is blessed with this body to serve and perform every act, either as thought, word, and deed, as seva. This is the differentiator in Swami's way of approaching life and guiding us, that sublime work is truly seva. And it must be the experience of all of you who work with Swami, and more importantly, the seed that Swami is now beginning to plant in so many young minds of men and women, the seed of seva. Work is a poor definition of what we do. But the moment it gets transformed into seva, suddenly you will all realize, as it must be an experience for all of you, that we cease to act and work, but become instruments that are held by an invisible, inscrutable, but definitive pair of hands. And suddenly, performance becomes outperformance, work becomes worship, and duty becomes divine. This is that great seed Swami has realized to sow in the minds through this new revolutionary concept of providing free, value-based, seva, goal-oriented medical education. Swami, this is a never before and possibly never after concept which only you can make from concept to reality in such quick time. How different our lives have become through that instilling of Swami's seva concept in our lives. Suddenly we feel so different. Suddenly we are not just who we are or we call ourselves, but the chosen instrument of Swami. And suddenly you become that instrument of peace, that instrument of service, that instrument which he has chosen to use for the greater good of the world. Swami, this gift that you will be giving, and you are now giving through the hospital and soon through the medical education, this gift is truly priceless. Numbers are there, but for somebody who works in healthcare, I always believe, and which Swami also endorses so totally, behind every patient is a person. Behind every number is an individual. And in that individual is a living organism with a beating heart and a mind that can think and feel and go through the pains of whatever they go through. Making life reverential, making the purpose of waking up every day and making yourself available as an instrument of service in his hands is the true purpose of our life and the true purpose of his institutions. The great work that Swami does is he creates institutions first, which will bring out individuals who become institutions. What a great concept Swami has got. Here is a mergence of institutions with individuals and individuals who become institutions. Imagine if one individual can become an institution of goodness, of service, and truth, what the world will see. Truly, what the world will see from this day on is inconceivable, unfathomable, incomprehensible to our little minds. The ways of the divine are truly inscrutable and beyond what we can think or perceive. Swami, we are so blessed and fortunate, as Raghupati and Neeraj said, that you have divinized healthcare. You have not humanized healthcare. You have divinized healthcare. And all life is truly divine. To realize that we are embodiments of the divine in capsules of human garb is what Swami is showing us. We are so beholden and indebted to you, Swami, and it is a gift of our lifetime to see a medical institution will not treat the body as just a bag of bones and flesh, but that great edifice of the divine, to make the human being divine. And when you touch the body, you think you're touching the hem of the garment that Swami wears, makes us so blessed and so special. God bless all of you. You are so wonderful, as I know, and so fortunately blessed that I share the same space of work as you do. It is a privilege to work with people like you who are also co-instruments of the divine. God bless all of you for all the wonderful work that you have done thus far, but importantly, that we have to do from here on. Sai Ram and Namaskar.
May we now request Shri B.N. Narsimurthy Sir, Chancellor, Shri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence, to address us.
Most beloved Swami, very dear brother Dr. Srinivas, very respected Dr. Sudarshan ji, fellow missionaries and would-be missionaries, our students in the divine mission of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who is now working through our most beloved Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. We have already heard 3 moving talks by the 3 doctors who spoke before me. Of course, the third doctor is a different kind of doctor. Though not a medical doctor, he is more than a doctor and a medical doctor. By his great institution building, healthcare institution building capacity, I have been a witness to how he assisted Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba in building these 2 super specialty hospitals, the first at Puttaparthi and the second at Whitefield. I've also seen how he, with the grace and guidance of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, has already established 3 illustrious healthcare institutions in India. When I say 3, I think I should also add another 5, which have come up just this year, almost this year. Rarely among doctors you find orators and speakers, but all the 3 doctors have proved themselves to be very inspiring speakers. I am very proud that the first 2 were our students, and the third was my very respected, very dear colleague in the mission of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Dr. Raghupati was a student studying in 8th class when I first saw him in 1969. And Dr. Neeraj was also in 8th class when I first saw him in 1983 in Puttaparthi. And Dr. C. Srinivas, what he has spoken has revealed what kind of heart and brain are housed in his very smart and trim personality, which is over 60 years, which none of us can easily recognize. As was pointed out by Dr. Srinivas, what Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai has done is he has brought together two wonderful, great legacies left behind by Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The first is imparting education with wisdom. And second is providing healthcare with compassion. And Sadguru has brought them together in the medical education institutions, one of which has already started at Muddenahalli in the forum of the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences. And then the medical college, first of its kind in India. This is what Honorable Home Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah ji, said from the very podium, the same podium, last year when he visited this place. I do not know whether this is going to be the first free of cost medical college in the world, but I certainly know that this is definitely the first free of cost medical college in India. That's what he said. It is not just free of cost medical college, because what our country lacks today, what our world lacks today, very fundamentally are inspired teachers and inspired doctors. Dr. Sudarshan ji, who is here among us, I've heard so much about him, though first time I'm able to have your darshan, Dr. Sudarshan ji. And being a doctor himself, he entered a path, untrodden path, because inspired by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Vivekananda, he went to the most backward region, not only in Karnataka, I would say, whole of India. Even today, Chamarajanagar district is considered to be the most backward district in Karnataka. He established a hospital, served the voiceless and the helpless people, and he is truly an ideal for all our doctors and surgeons and all our medical professionals. I am so very happy that Dr. Srinivas has brought him here today, and we are really honored that you have come here as an Atithi. Atithi is one who comes without being invited, and he is not an Abhyagata. He is an Atithi today, and it's a very joyful surprise for all of us. And now I conclude my talk and pray to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai for his benedictory message. Thank you very much.
In Mahabharata, the mention of a king Ranti Deva comes, who is tested by the gods for his charity and compassion towards his people. And he passes all the tests, staying hungry and thirsty, giving away everything to all the people when there was a great drought and famine. And finally, pleased, the gods appear. They ask him, what is that you wish for? What is the boon that you ask for? And he says, Natvaham kamaye rajyam, na swargam na punarbhavam, kamaye dukkha taptanam, praninam dev artinashanam. It means, I do not desire of a kingdom or heaven or another birth as a king on this earth. All I desire for is the ability to wipe away the tears of those who are suffering and destroy their sorrow. This is all the boon that I ask for, he tells Lord Narayana. this is really a boon worth asking for. Should God appear in front of us and tells us, ask whatever you want and I shall grant you, this prayer should be the first and foremost in our mind that we should make to God. What shall I do with your heaven? What shall I do with another birth? What shall I do with kingdom and wealth? I rather be an instrument of yours in wiping away the tears and removing the sorrows of those who suffer. That is heaven to me. That is the kingdom of God to me. That is worth many, many human births together. I'm glad that on this auspicious day, when we celebrate the anniversary of Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital, which was the seedbed for the upcoming medical ventures in terms of bigger hospital and the medical college, as we have all heard about. It was her selfless prayer for the children and the women of the country who suffered a great deal in the hands of the cruel healthcare system which has no heart for the poor. So she always thought about them, and that's how this seed was sown here. It started with a small outpatient clinic, and now it has grown into a multi-speciality, super speciality facility, and evolving into a medical college. So to say the first of its kind, not merely because it's going to be free, but because it is going to train more Raghupatis, more Neeraj, more Srinivases and Narasimhamurtis, who will give back to the society what they have received from them. Probably another organization, another government can give education free, like some governments do. Making it free is not a great deal for me, because education was supposed to be free in our country, and even otherwise it is the right of every child to get education for free, whatever kind of education it must. But making it inspirational, where people are inspired by the ideals taught in the educational institutions, so that they go out and serve those who need their services the most. That would make us a different institution. That will set us apart from all the other run-of-the-mill medical colleges and hospitals. And that is the vision with which we are working. But the most important thing to make this vision materialize is the presence of doctors, paramedics, nurses, administrators who are role models for the next generation, who themselves live the very thought of service in their everyday life. And as our Srinivas was saying, they wake up with a winged heart, excited to turn their work into worship, to turn their duty into divinity, to outperform themselves from the previous day by giving more of themselves to the world that needs them. And I see those role models in our doctors and nurses and staff in the Sarla Memorial Hospital. And I feel very reassured. It's taken away a big burden of worry off my shoulders when I saw the kind of inspired doctors who were joining us. I was told to run a medical college, you need to have 88 faculty. 88 people, and we had to recruit them all in a very short time. And I thought, who is going to come to Muddenahalli? You know, most of them have good jobs in Bangalore and big cities and big government colleges, and how will we attract the right kind of talent to come here and with the right attitude and culture? That's more important. But people came. And when I spoke to some of them and I asked them, you're all very well accomplished people. Muddenahalli is a small village. This mission is just in the initial stage. It's not established. It's not known. It's not so glamorous to work over here at this point in time. Then why did you leave your jobs and come here and join us, including the likes of Neeraj, who left their careers? UK, people aspire to go and settle down in UK, but they leave the jobs and come here. He came with his wife. So many doctors came like that, and I asked them, why did you do that? They not only took the extra pain of traveling every day to a remote rural area or settling down in the surroundings of Chikbalapur leaving the comforts of a big city, or even taking a huge cut on their remuneration that they were getting elsewhere just to support the mission. And I asked them, why did you do that? What inspired you? They said this was something which we always wanted to do as doctors. We wanted to serve the society. We wanted to give compassionate healthcare without commoditizing it, without commercializing it, without depriving people from lower socioeconomic strata. We wanted to serve them, but unfortunately, so far, such an opportunity never came our way. This is the first time we are getting an opportunity to do what we really, really wanted to do as doctors, nurses. And this is the opportunity that has come our way, and we want to grab it with both hands, and we are not going to let it go. That made me so happy, and that made me feel so reassured that our medical college is in safe hands, our hospitals are in safe hands, and our future generations are in safe hands. So on this day, to each one of you, all I want to ask for is I want more of you, more people like you. Make many more like you who are willing to do more than their might for the betterment of the society. And be rest assured, in this mission of service and selflessness, you yourself will be taken care of well. At the same time, you'll be able to do so much more with your skills, with your knowledge, with your expertise, with your abilities. And the satisfaction and fulfillment that will bring, that kind of act will bring to you is unparalleled, unrivaled in any profession. Medical service itself is very fulfilling as a profession. And doing it free for the most needy, without any commercial consideration, without any barriers whatsoever, and in the process inspiring a whole new generation of doctors, nurses, paramedics is so fulfilling. I do not see any other thing in the world at this point of time which can match this. So you are having the best job to do, which will not only lead to the betterment of the society, as Raghupati was saying, Jagat Hitaya, but also Atmano Mokshartam. It will help you evolve into better human beings. Why human beings? Into divine beings. As Dr. Srinivas was saying, divinization is the mission, not humanization of things here. Education is to divinize humans. Healthcare is to divinize humans. Everything that we do is to divinize ourselves, and in the process, everybody around us. So such a wonderful mission that you are already a part of. I have to congratulate you for choosing well and being a part of this mission, because I'm seeing a lot of doctors and nurses. I think I'm seeing them for the first time because they've recently joined. But I'm so glad that you have chosen well. You have chosen to do more with your life, with your knowledge, with your expertise than what an average doctor can do anywhere. And in this mission, I must also set the target for you. What's going to happen? I think we'll be running the largest chain of super specialty hospitals across the world. Probably we'll be operating 100 operation theaters across the world every day. And you can only imagine how many teams of surgeons, anesthetists, intensivists, doctors, nurses, paramedics, thousands and thousands of them is what we need. I know it is a big task, a tall order, but it's not to be done by tomorrow. I will give you time. But in few years from now, you must produce the right kind of doctors, nurses, paramedics, administrators, all staff who will run these 100 operation theaters across the world with complete dedication, commitment, quality, compassion, efficiency, name it, all virtues that you can think of must be their way in our hospitals. A lot of children are sitting behind, many of them are aspiring to be healthcare professionals in the future. And I'm sure you will stand as inspiration for all of them. And taking inspiration from you, they will not only become like you, probably they will even exceed you in their dedication, commitment, and service. That is my hope from this mission. It's a big mission, definitely not ordinary by any standards, but I think it is the need of the hour. And if we don't do it, nobody will do it. And if we don't do it now, it can't be done another time. And if we can't do it here, there is no better place to do it elsewhere. So this is the best coming together of the place, the time, the situations to embark on a mission as noble as this. So that is the idea. And once again, I want to congratulate and appreciate the efforts of all the people at Sarla Memorial Hospital, and through them, all our staff in all our hospitals across the world who are working day and night for the betterment of the society, to help somebody else, to take care of somebody else's child. They stay awake, they work 24/7. And to all of them, my heart goes out for all the good that they're doing. Of course, ably led by Dr. Srinivas and the team of doctors across the world. I am very grateful to them because they're doing what is needed the most at this point in time. And these 1,87,000 some numbers that Raghupati was putting up, these are not just patients, as Srinivas says. There are people behind those numbers. There is a father, there is a mother, there is an uncle, there is a grandfather, there is a granddaughter, a grandson, a son or a daughter, a brother or a sister. They all are there behind those numbers. So you've not just gone and done some numbers. You've actually taken care of an individual who will take care of many more individuals in his or her lifetime. And yesterday I was having a talk with the German consulate journal who was here, and we were discussing. I said, if you help me make one doctor, you know how many lives we can impact? By making one person into a doctor who serves, even if 10 patients a day, I'm giving a minimal number. In his lifetime service of 30 years also, such a doctor can impact 1 million lives directly and maybe 10 million lives indirectly. That is the potential of being a doctor. So help me make more people into good doctors. Because that doctor will save a father who will take care of his family of 3 children. And all these children will grow up and contribute to the society. But if that father they lose for want of money or want of health, the whole family is going to be ruined. They'll be pushed into poverty. So that is the idea, that how much impact can we create by becoming good healthcare professionals. And I need the help of everyone in this mission. You know, when Sri Krishna lifted the Govardhanagiri, though he lifted it on his little finger, but he did invite all the Gopalas around to, lend him some help, put a stick and lift the mountain. And Gopalas did without asking, what if this mountain falls on our head? They were not afraid. They had faith. And they did everything that they could do. So that is the kind of work that we all have to do. We all have to do our bit. Everybody cannot lift a mountain, but together, yes, we all can. So that is the mountain of burden of healthcare that our country and the world is facing right now, and we must lift it for those who cannot lift it for themselves. That is the mission. And on this day, we are also looking at starting some other facilities, the CT facility and blood bank. We were to inaugurate it today, being the anniversary of the hospital, but due to the unavailability and sudden circumstances, unavoidable circumstances, the chief guest was unable to come today. He will come tomorrow, he said. So those ceremonies have been postponed to tomorrow. But that's all right. And in the meantime, today we also have the opening of multi-nutritional supplement manufacturing facility. It's called Saishaw Nutritions. Again, this is a very important intervention when it comes to healthcare. You can't look at healthcare, nutrition, education in silos. They're all connected. If you're well fed, you're well nourished, your health is better. If your health is better, you get educated better. And if you get educated better, you can take care of yourselves and everybody around you better. So it's a ripple effect, it's a cascading effect. That's why nutrition is important, and our country is facing the issue of malnourishment in children. But we are the home to the largest number of malnourished children in the world by numbers. And that is the worrisome situation. So this factory was conceptualized to produce nutrition mix called Saishaw. And this already we are providing to 1.2 million children across 25 states and 15,000 schools in India. But we wanted to make it our own facility so that the quality of manufacturing can be controlled. Supply chain is in much better control, and we can produce more efficiently at low cost. And many devotees from around the world have supported the establishment of this factory. It is state-of-the-art factory with Austrian equipments, and it is the best that you can get at this point of time for a nutraceutical manufacturing plant. And many engineers, architects, people have worked behind the scenes to make this happen. And I'm dreaming of a day when Saishwar will be given to every single child, at least to start with in Karnataka and then the whole country. And nobody will go hungry to school ever. That is our mission and motto. The Annapurna Trust's motto is, let no child go to school hungry ever. All days, every child should be fed. That is our collective responsibility. And this being a nutrition product is very well and efficiently designed and formulated to ensure that almost 80 to 85% of the micronutrient needs of the child are met through this particular thing. The rest, of course, comes from the other food that the child eats. But to our country, this will turn out to be a big boon, is my view. And to all those who have supported both the hospital, the medical college, which is coming up, and this iShow facility, all these are being done in parallel. To all of them, my heart felt blessings and congratulations for doing what you're doing. And you are an inspiration for the next generation. And that is the best legacy that you can leave behind, that people will remember us for what we have done for others, not what we have done for ourselves. That will be forgotten very soon. Even before we go, it might be forgotten. But what we have done for others is a legacy that will live forever, much beyond our lifetimes. So that is the legacy that we are talking about. May you all celebrate this festive time of Sankranti, which also means transition, an upward movement. When sun moves northwards, they say. Sun itself is the symbol of selflessness. It burns itself out to give life to everyone. Is never tired. I always say, even sun does not have a Sunday, but we all manage to have one. In our mission, there is no Sunday, of course. Actually, there is nothing called day and nothing called night also in our mission. We are on all the time. So, but this is the mission, and like sun, we must continue to serve. We must continue to selflessly give ourselves away for the betterment of all. That is the legacy that we must leave behind. May this Sankranti bring happier tidings to everyone. May you all be healthy, happy, and with that, you help more people become healthy and happy. With these blessings, I conclude this morning's function. Once again, my heartfelt blessing to all the staff of Sarla Memorial Hospital, upcoming Dr. Rajeshwari block, and the upcoming medical college as well. To all of them, my heartfelt wishes and blessings for all the good that you're doing. Keep it up. That's all I can say.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पन टीका आपद पार्णवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियंतयु नीवे स्वामी मरियंतयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा शयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी वो साई महादेवा सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंतुको मंगल हारति शांति समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय। जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन